Just look at the colours, guys. Stunning. Bit damp, little bit cold, a little bit of a chill in the air, but beautiful all the same. Good afternoon, guys. We've got pretty much about maybe an hour of daylight left. You join me at Rushmere County Park. Bit late in the day to do a vlog. It's just a short one. It's just a few errands. Well, they're not kind of errands. It's something I wanted to do before Christmas. Come and sort of share a festive sandwich with my dearly departed sister, who I put some of her ashes in this area. There's a specific spot, you'll see it further on in the vlog, and yeah, I didn't want you feeling that you was left out and there wasn't a vlog this weekend. We've had a storm that's gone through and it pretty much messed up the plans. Otherwise I would have made a full day of it, probably up here yesterday. Instead, with the festive season upon us, we've done a bit of Christmas shopping, got everything put the right with that, and it's now pretty much a chill out time. So with further ado, let's go and do this. These roots of these trees, I don't know what they, ancient oak or yew, whatever, someone out there must know, but they are as spooky as heck. Really got them haunting vibes to them, and they surround me everywhere. It just gives off them vibes of something sinister lurking. Of course, we are only probably a couple of miles away from where I now believe it to be where my dad see the dog man, or one of many dog men that are supposed to frequent the area. That being, of course, the old fabled beast of Milton Keynes. But wow, just look at that. They've actually gone a long time and produced little pixie houses and doors throughout this wooded area. But it's as if they could reach out and grab you, these vines. Are they vines? Are they roots? Are they actually branches? The decorative, mythical elves and creatures that are the guardians here, simply placed many years ago for the entertainment of young children, but all the same adds to the spooky vibes. As you can gather by the noise of young kids having fun up here, not alone, it's late on a Sunday afternoon, but I just had to come out here. I've got a reason, a purpose for being here, which I'll bring to you shortly because we're making our way there now. Well, it's certainly that festive season, and we have a real plethora of Christmas trees in abundance of all sizes. Some of these probably grown over maybe 30 years, maybe even longer. How long does it take a Christmas tree to reach its maturity before someone comes along and lobs it down and puts a fairy on top? I just find it kind of magical. A period, a season of the year I truly used to adore, but with what's happened recently, my father passed on the 29th of December 2010, my sister the 6th of January last year, and my nan unfortunately just a week ago. So it sort of tarnished it, and I just sort of do everything. I've always been one to create and do things that other people love. The Christmas, the whole vibe of it, and it just sort of kind of feels as if it's something missing this year. But I'm persevering, trying to get through it best I can and make for hopefully many better Christmases to come. Certainly a bit boggy out here under feet. So we reach a clearing area. I can pan round and just show you loads of them. They have got Christmas trees for sale at the front of the park. There must be a specific growing area. I wonder what that sign means. Obviously has some sort of significance. Maybe one of you out there knows. But yeah, this is wonderful. Kind of getting off the beaten track a little bit to where you've got the storybook chair, etc. This is not about that today. This is about giving off them seasonal vibes, taking you on a little bit of a walk and a tour. Actually, what's down here? These spindly old trees. I won't bother going through that, I don't want to disturb them. But they kind of look magical. The moss growing on the outside. I think that's called lichen. Your reindeer, general deer, moose, etc. They all love that stuff. Of course, this was a last minute thing. We've had a storm. I'm not sure of his actual name, it began with F. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. But yeah, a storm come through today and it's just made it a little bit boggy. It's been a bit miserable with the weather over the entire weekend. Hence you're getting a last minute rush together vlog. Certainly do the best I can to produce it, just to put content out there. I didn't want you thinking, oh, you've missed something. No, obviously with the bereavement I suffered exactly a week ago, the deer passing my nan, who was 99 years old. How about that? That is some innings. But just didn't want you feeling neglected, so I've brought myself out after the storm just to show you kind of a different surroundings. This is Rushmere County Park. We back onto Heath and Reach, where I used to do my dirt bike riding as I was growing up. To the right hand side of us will be Stockwood County Park, and then it's Kingswood and Ranamere Heath, which is where the, if you remember rightly, the pet cemetery was. I've shown you that before, and a car graveyard from an old hippie commune. Now that area itself is probably maybe 2 miles from here. Difficult to travel under feet. As I show you this, and people will start turning around and saying dog man all over again. I certainly don't need them eerie vibes today, guys. I said the creatures themselves freak the heck out of me. Never confronted one. But as I said, I've got that towel you're going to have to search through. There's a vlog I done, it must be nearly 2 years ago, if not over 2 years. I just started out and I was getting to find my voice. So I walked up the woods and told the story of when my father said he encountered the beast of Milton Keynes. He sadly passed now, so I can't pull him on it and turn around and say, was it true, was it not true? But his story, the way he put it across, is feasible. So I invite you guys to look for one of my vlogs. It's got a picture of a black squirrel, and I think I've got the heading of something like I found a devil squirrel or something, which is the name of a black squirrel. It's called a devil squirrel. And if you look in that, there's me telling the story of it. So that goes back a good 24 months. This gate, you can see us approaching in front of us. That was from a family game show in the early noughties called The Wild Things. A bit like, if you're a UK resident, you would have remembered back in the 70s, It's a Knockout, with people dressing up. But this had maybe, I think something like 12 characters, woodland creatures. People, one part of the team would dress up as them, the other partner would be dressed up, maybe blindfolded sometimes, and they went through these series of mazes and little competitions to win £10,000. And it all happened in this area around here. This is where it was all shot. I'll show you the front of the gate because it's pretty ornate. There we go, I'll turn around the tree and it will come into view. That is the gate of the Wild Things. So we had a duck, a fox, a deer, a mole, a badger, a bunny, squirrel and an owl. Looks as if it's fallen on hard times, starting to break away from itself. But it's great for the kids to come and see and play up here. Key purpose of me coming up here, with it coming close to Christmas, what are we now? December the 10th, is to go and sit by my sister's bench. It's not her bench, it was built way before she passed. But 22 steps on from that bench, I buried some of her ashes. So she's got an absolutely magnificent view. So I got a festive sandwich at the petrol station. I will consume half and leave the other half there. And Deb can share it with the critters. So exactly 1 year has passed since the old Red Bull home run. I'm sort of kind of disappointed, to be honest with you guys. It was a free event. I always believed that if they won the Constructors and Drivers Championship again, they would go ahead this year and it would have been some good content for you guys. But for some reason, maybe it's money, maybe it's financial, they decided not to do it. Maybe they'll do it in the early new year. But yeah, I remember standing on that corner, bitterly cold, freezing cold. I suppose the rain wouldn't have helped this year that we've had. But they would come round in their Formula 1 cars. There was a stunt guy on a bike, the drifters in these souped up BMWs, popping and banging as they went round the corner. Sebastian Loeb, I think he was in a Ford Fiesta, all souped up in the Red Bull colours, and he was on fire. He stole the show. But yeah, that was exactly a year ago. As I make my way down this slope, the bench, which looks like a set of angels' wings, should come into view. I can see it right now. And that's where we're going to sit, consume a sandwich and leave the other half for my sister. It's not morbid at all. It's one of the things I can tick off on the list of things I wanted to do this year. Obviously I've still got ashes of my dearly departed sister at home. Some people got them handed out and got them as little trinkets. Seat will probably be wet, but I'll just have to grin and bear it. It's not about me. And the purpose, the reason why I put some of her ashes in a vial and buried it here is because of the view and the wings. I think it's like a memorial bench. You can see the lake down there in front of us, kind of coming in view as well. This is Deb's spot. believe just beyond where that little branch is sitting is where I laid some of our ashes. It's 22 steps, so I'll work it out. Okay, 1, 2. Right here. One festive sandwich with turkey, stuffing, all your general add-ons that you would get with a Christmassy lunch. So let's do this. Merry Christmas, Deb. There really is some quite tranquil, beautiful places out there. This is certainly one of them. That little island there, just in the middle of a lake, a pond. In this area here, we can see that orange effect. As you go further down there, there's actually a few redwoods. And these will grow to astronomical sizes. I think some of them here might go to about 80, 90 feet. But there's one, I believe, in California that's easily, I think, nearly 200 feet high and over 1,000 years old. Out there, of course, San Francisco, that area, some of these trees you can actually drive a car through them. They've actually hollowed them out and put roads through the trees. All the lily pads have far died out. A few ducks, swans, etc. frequenting the old boathouse lake. Just old ruins right in front of us there. Yep, this is simply an old relic of a bygone era. An old boathouse. Boats would moor up underneath. Not big boats, obviously your rowing boats, etc. This would be an old boating lake, Victorian times, etc. They come along. Sort of your early pleasure areas. I've often thought about putting a ladder across that just to get underneath it and see what's there, but not today. Okay guys, we're going to make our way down a black pond, allegedly frequented by Dogman. Let's simply hope not, shall we? Just a trail, a path that goes along the side. There are other people with me, so the likelihood of anything of a cryptid nature showing its head, although for sure there's been moments of dead silence where everything shuts up, and I've been told about that. I done a vlog recently and people put me in touch with some of these Dogman experts, and they turned around and said, you notice that you're walking around and everything becomes eerily quiet. But my view on that, as much as anything else, is that at that moment in time I become the apex predator in the area. So everyone is just as worried of me as I am of certain creatures. you do, apart from them faint dog barks and the voices of other people, get that eerie feeling of being totally secluded and alone. Shout out right now to my buddy Adventures of Paul. We will be out again on Tuesday night, rain or shine. Well, it won't be shine because it'll be night time, but we are going off to an area called Woolston, that back in the day Woolston was known as Wolf Siege. Make of that what you will. It has a few ghost stories, one significant character in history that many people would know of, and that will come to you on Tuesday evening. Said I don't do a great deal of editing, neither does Paul, and they will be for you to view within hours of us getting back home in the warm. Look at this, guys. This is a lizard. It wasn't formed like that, it was created. There's an artist that comes around and does some absolutely fantastic sculptures for people to come round, add something little extra on their walks. I think there's butterflies, moths, woodpeckers, etc. What a stunning old tree. This area used to all be engulfed by the Black Pond, but as you can see over the years it's dried out with the torrential rain that we've had. It's not making a real significant difference. And as before, it gives off them spooky, eerie vibes. It's a bit boggy around here as well. Lucky I bought me wellies. Right, so we find ourselves at the Black Pond. Notorious drinking hole of Dogman. Of course, difference between here and where we frequent, like Florida, you could not get as close to this as the water's edge because there'd be gators and snapper turtles, etc. But we do not have them in this country. We don't have a lot, to be honest with you. Maybe an adder, probably seeking refuge in a bush right now. But deer, foxes, badgers, wolves and bears died out a long time ago. Well, actually that's not quite true. They were hunted into extinction in this country, unfortunately. Recent times we've had beavers reintroduced, wild boar. They could certainly freak you out. And it's just your creatures such as that, your squirrels and your birds that make your noises that freak you out at night. But just look at them roots. Really, really weird. Well, the old sun is starting to set, so let's make our way the heck out of here and call it a night. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this short little vlog. It's just something I threw together. Said I wanted to come up, share a sandwich with my sister at that bench, show you guys the Black Pond, the possibility of although it's very unlikely, dog man frequenting this area, simply because the magnitude of people that come up here and walk their dogs and come up here for family picnics and just days out, it's not really feasible for a cryptid to cohabit this area. Further on, about a mile away on, different kettle of fish altogether. But I am absolutely exhausted. I know here I've been a bit chesty. I think everything's just got a bit on top of us, what with it being a week since me nan passed, the Christmas issue again. Everything seems to happen to us at this time of year. I just guess it's a curse. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back Tuesday night with Adventures of Paul, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you in the movies.